Greetings and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. This is another episode of our Icelandic saga, and it's again succession time, guys, because at the end of the previous episode, in case if you have missed it, our beloved King Hara, who managed to rule over an extensive period of time, and he also managed to convert the Kingdom of Iceland to feudal ways, unfortunately died. And this means that now sitting on the throne we find his son Biejan, who unfortunately is already 51 years old. So unlike his father, Biejan is doomed to have a short reign. I think he will probably rule for approximately 10 years, more or less. And the problem is also that when Biejan will also die, we will have a lot of troubles with the succession because the territories of the Kingdom of Iceland will be split between the two sons, Prince Rastos, who will be our heir, but also Prince Andres. I will say that hard times are coming for this campaign, probably already from this episode. I don't know if we will have to deal with some dangerous faction, most likely. So we will have to see how things will progress. I hope I will contain all the issues that we might have in this episode and in the upcoming ones. But first of all, let's take care of all the standard actions, so to say, all the things that we need to do whenever we have a new ruler. And for example, we have to first of all choose a lifestyle. And I will say that for Biejan, probably the best will be to go on the martial. Okay, let's do the following. Let's first complete the Overseer 3, and also let's focus on the authority, because maybe it will help us to contain the rebels, the protests within the kingdom. And then we will start focusing on chivalry. Then I'm also above domain limit, and I think this is something that we should really correct at this point. Let's do it. Grant 2. A noble of Sami Norse culture. Okay. And then, no, the counties in Iceland, I will never give them away. And then we have 4 counties in the Jarldom of Smaland. Let's give them all away. And this way I go again within the domain limits. Basically I'm keeping for myself only the counties of Iceland. A faction has already disbanded, but there are other 2. Let's take care of the council. So let's try to pick all the powerful vassals first to prevent that they move against me. And we have a few activities that we can take care at court. First of all, we have a colorful talent. I find my kinswoman sitting on the floor, surrounded by spilled paint and piece of canvas for the 3rd time this month. My courtiers whisper about her being an artistic genius in the making, but the servants complain about scrubbing the floor free of paint in the wake of her inspirations. I will tell her to continue to pursue her artistic inclinations. Maybe then at some point we will commission an artifact, I don't know. And then Martyr Halls and Priest Halls. I've heard that you might want a secret passage installed. I can craft any impure corridor your twisted heart desire. Let's do this. And I cannot hold court yet, but I could host a feast. It will cost a lot, but let's try. I really want to improve the relationship with my vassals. And then I was thinking that probably we can try to kidnap this little boy. It's an act of tyranny, but I don't care. We need to get rid of one of the sons. Okay, it's captured. I will move him to the dungeon. It's fine. Also, another thing that I would like to do instead is to marry the other kids. So, starting from Princess Inga, matrilineally. And then, also a marriage for the princess who is already 12. Matrilinear as well, alliance power, mercenaries band. And this is also quick. Why not? Let's do it. My glory is known. The feast was successful. And we formed 2 alliances that will act as an additional deterrent to any other ruler. And my wife got the trait pregnant again, which of course is not ideal because it might be another little boy. So I think Bieyan will remain in history as the kinslayer. As the renown of my dynasty grows, familiarity with the glorious Vavarson sigil spreads too. My family's device is now recognized in the regional circle of nobility, counted highly amongst the prominent Saminor's bloodlines. As it should be, I agree. And here I can see that there are already some vassals who will become independent from me. One is the one that we are currently swaying, and the other one is this lady who has only 800 soldiers. And we have another son. Unfortunately, we'll call him Hegil, and we will also send him to prison. And I'm a dreadful ruler. Let's move to the dungeon. Of course, my wife is a little bit, she's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I give you boys and you put them in prison. Yes, my lady. And let's all court. So my courtier Kirsten shows me a page filled with unfamiliar symbols, insisting on its legibility. I have developed a written language specifically for the women of the court, since the letters are mostly taught to men. If you allow it, I will begin teaching the ladies at once. If I accept, all female courtiers will get 10 of opinion, and I will gain language of women for 20 years, which boosts the diplomacy and learning of 1. If I make a better use of her talent, she will lose 15 of opinion. I will gain invented code, which give the scheme secrecy +8. Honestly, I like this idea. Consequences of war. One look in his eyes tells me all I need to know. This man is not mentally sound. Monster, you sent us to die. Why do you go unpunished? From this man's ranting, I have discerned that he had somehow been involved in one of my wars, which is probably why he is so distressed. What is to be done with this lost creature? It's interesting that the court event that I'm seeing now, it's related to a war, even though we are not on war since quite some time. So it might refer to the previous ruler, but then why would they come to me asking for explanation of what King Hara has done? Of course, this is not the case. This is just because the developers didn't really look at the conditions when this event is then triggered in the royal court. That is the point. So it doesn't matter if you had wars or not. You go to royal court and you might have such an event. It's not, let's say, well thought through in my opinion, but what to do? It is as it is. You lose 20 of stress because you're callous and gain 50 of piety if I have him executed. Not bad. I think I will have him executed. Cheers. Merging of cultural identities. My lord, I come with great news, but with a solution to fix this problem. Okay, this is the typical event of the, let's say, the fight between the different cultures that are within the kingdom. I might be fine if Jarl Jorund lose opinion of me, even though he's a powerful vassal, because in any case he's old and about to die, I believe. And the court is over. And I have another son. This woman wants to ruin me. I think I'm going to... I would love to have them all killed. But I will lose 1 level of devotion. Let's do it. Let's start killing the small one. I'm tired of having this gentleman in my prison, so I think it's time for us to conquer his territory. Okay, and in the end also Andres died. And this is good because now we solved the problem with succession. Now we will have everything inherited by Prince Rastos, who is now 20 years old. And Prince Rastos, my son, is shagging his own mother, who is of course my wife, Queen Astrid. So I will try to cover this up. I don't know if this will work, but... My son, I made everything possible to make sure that you inherit my kingdom, and you're already trying to trouble me. I already have a rivalry with Rastos, I understand. But let's stay focused on the war, because that's the thing that interests me more. So we have plus 18. Very good, we managed to win also this siege, to complete also this siege, and now we can march straight to their armies. And this allows us to go easily up to 75. I think we should also now go in the territory of Vienna. Okay, we intercepted them, at least a part of them. The others are coming back. And of course it will be very easy for us to defeat them and most likely win the war. Only 90%, just for one county. All this effort. Yes, here it is. We enforce demands. Disband all. Let's try to develop further our counties. 10, 8, 8, 5. Call to war. I am invited by Spreewald to join a war against Lusatia, currently ruled by High Chieftain Nikolaus, who is Slovianskan Polabian. I could help, to be honest. I mean, we have nothing to lose right now. My ally got defeated, but we are rapidly conquering their capital. Very good. Let's chase them. What happened? I throw away my covers the moment I feel something brush against my leg. But the swift movement only agitates the spider. The spider moves swiftly and strikes. I can barely feel its bite at first, but soon a burning pain flows through my body. I call for help, but even with my best physician by my side, the world slowly fades from me. I had so much more to live for. And we have already died with Byzantine. I said that he was doomed to a short reign, but I was not imagining something this short. Of course, we have pissed off a number of people, especially also with all our murderings. Also, we were having a rivalry with Rastos, so it made sense that somebody would have conspired against us. I was already having the spy master on disrupt scheme to try to prevent that, but in the end it had to happen. So let's see how the games say bye. Falkir Byzantine of Asatru Falkirate has joined the feast in Valhalla at 58 years of age. He died under mysterious circumstances, meaning Rastos most likely killed his father. Known to have stained his hands in the blood of his own kin, he is surely paying for his horrific crimes in hell. Falkir Rastos ascends to the throne, possessing a mighty physique and an exceptionally astute mind. His rule is sure to spawn both songs and tale. This is all to be seen, because I think we will have a lot of troubles with him, considering the short reign of Byzantine. Most vassals will be against Rastos, because they will not have a good opinion of his father. And yeah, we were already having some faction also that were emerging. So I think we will have a tough succession. We did not really have a tough succession with Byzantine, but we will have it next time with Rastos. I'm sure about that. So Byzantine basically died after how many? Yeah, only 6 years of ruling. Short-lived. Cultural head, he was the cultural head of the Saminors. He was dreaded, level of fame distinguished, level of devotion sinner, because I had to kill 2 of my small sons. Lifestyle martial, we managed to complete the perk overseer on top of the strategies that was already given. Has fought in 2 wars, 2 offensive war. And now we will have to play with Falkir Rastos, who is now the new cultural head of the Saminors, level of fame established, devotion dutiful, and he has inherited, of course, the current war. And the problem is that he didn't manage to get a son yet from Queen Huld. And this is a problem, because it means that currently we do not have heir, and also we do not have the possibility of forming new alliances, and we will need them most likely against our vassals. or I don't know, maybe it will be the beginning of the end of this campaign, but this, I keep repeating it since a long time and still I keep producing new episodes. So guys, I will say that for today that's more than sufficient. I'm happy that we managed to preserve the integrity of the kingdom. Of course, I'm not happy that the king died after such a short time, but as I said, it was kind of expected. So let's see how things develop in the next episode, and as always guys, I hope to see you there. Cheers!